Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks to all of you, we were actually capable of growing even further beyond our grandest expectations with this channel. And I could not be more humbled nor more appreciative of the opportunities and of what in general you guys have just given us. I am truly hopeful that 2021 is a better year both for the world and for the world of the MMORPG genre. Regardless of what the future might hold, we would not want to tackle 2021 without all of you guys right behind us. Now, before we do jump right in, I want to let you guys know that we are giving away a copy of any MMO you want completely free. Final Fantasy XIV, World of Warcraft, The Elder Scrolls Online, Black Desert, Destiny 2's expansions, you get to choose. All you need to do is be subscribed to this channel. Yes, I will only accept a winner if they are actively subscribed, and I can see if you are. So make sure you are if you're not already, and leave a comment saying why you'd like to play the game of your choice. And that's it. The winner will be announced in the next weekly bite of MMORPG news video. Kurt S is the winner of the last copy. You can claim this by messaging me on Discord or on Twitter. Also, did you know that we actually have official MMO Bite merch now? Yeah, if you're interested in grabbing some epic IRL loot, here is your chance. Finally, we are going to be streaming over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MMOBite, just a few hours after this video goes live at 3 p.m. EST. We're going to be holding a big New Year's giveaway over there, so come on over and join us if you want to participate. Now, let's start 2021's very first weekly bite of MMORPG news. Let's kick this off with a game right out of my childhood, Flyff. I feel like everyone that has dabbled in the MMO genre over the last decade has played Flyff at one point in their life. It is with that knowledge that I'm actually happy to discuss a brand new project that the devs are working on with the community, Flyff Classic. Or, well, they're calling it Flyff Project M, and the game aims to be a completely cross-platform incarnation of the game that is playable on PC, tablets, and mobile devices. Not only will it feature cross-play compatibility, however, but they're also adding in entirely new graphical settings to take the game to all new levels. This is not a mobile MMO. Once again, let me reiterate, this is not a mobile MMO. This is Flyff with some overhauls that has been ported over onto the mobile platform, yet it is still predominantly a PC MMORPG. And now for some sad news. For those of you that have enjoyed the Life is Feudal MMO, you'll be disheartened to learn that the game is shutting down on January 18, 2021. This came as a surprise to me, as I wasn't aware that the game was doing poorly enough in terms of player population where they would warrant an immediate shutdown. And it actually turns out that that was correct. The developers revealed that they are shutting down the game for reasons that are beyond our control. However, they hinted at a deal with a separate company being the reason as to why it's closing its doors. So if you wanted to relive the glory days, this might be the only opportunity you have left for that one final hurrah. And now on to some happier news. For those of you that have been waiting on info pertaining to Project BBQ, which, I mean, let's be real here, I feel as though realistically almost every person that saw the original trailer for the game has been, you'll be excited to learn that there's a brand new trailer available online. Yeah, Nexon has not given up on the game quite yet, thankfully. While they didn't confirm anything at all concerning its release date, I mean, we don't know if it's scheduled for a 2021 release, whether it's been delayed into 2023. What they did showcase was quite a bit of gameplay from various different classes as well, which gave us a much deeper look into how the combat looks, how boss fights will work, group content, a wider selection of environments to explore. All in all, it was a very revealing trailer, and it got players even more excited than ever. I actually have a dedicated video on the entire thing up for those of you wanting to check that out. And now back to some bad news. The Australian developers behind the upcoming Titan Reach MMORPG have revealed that they are either going to need to raise funding for their game right this very minute, or they'll be forced to shut down development altogether. In my opinion, this won't really be much of a loss for the MMO community, as I've heard pretty bad things about the game over the last few months. That, and let's be honest here, if they're experiencing as much trouble as they currently are, is the future really all that bright for the game? I doubt it, and I feel as though they would constantly be under financial constraints. They have less than a week to raise approximately $30,000 US, but considering they wanted to raise almost $500,000 via Kickstarter and managed only slightly over 100K, even that is doubtful at this juncture. Alright, I think that was all the bad news. Now let's stick with the good news for a while, yeah? Fractured, a brand new MMO, one that I have a bit of experience with considering both Mrs. and I actually got to stream some of their alpha tests a few months ago, is holding a free weekend's worth of playtime for anyone interested in testing out the PvP in the upcoming title. I'm not sure the PvP was even implemented when we played through the game for the first time, but we're definitely interested in jumping into it this weekend. The final day of testing will be January 3rd, so if you've wanted to test the game out in any form, I urge you to go ahead and take the time to now while you have the opportunity to. No, still no news from Amazon on when Lost Ark is going to release globally, but we do have news regarding content players can look forward to seeing in South Korea and when the game finally launches over here this year as well. To start with, players will be able to participate in a grand total of 6 entirely new raids, with the addition of South Burn, a brand new continent. But most importantly here is the addition of 2 brand new classes, the Devil Hunter, which is locked to female characters only, and the Battle Master, which is locked to male characters only. The classes will both be available as of March 2021, with even more classes planned for later this year. Realistically, we shouldn't have to wait too long before we gain access to Lost Ark. It cannot be that far off at this point, right? Amazon Game Studios have no doubt been hard at work translating the game for a release as soon as possible. They did confirm that it was coming out in 2021 after all. Gran Saga is an upcoming cross-platform anime MMORPG, and it is inching ever close to release. I've covered this game time and time again, and while my opinion of the game has definitely declined over the course of its development cycle, it's worth noting that the devs have just released a brand new trailer showcasing quite a few different mechanics that are going to fuel the game. And while I do in fact believe that the game looks really damn good, for a mobile MMO anyway, it really left me feeling as though the game felt a little too mobile-esque for a PC MMO, I guess. Nevertheless, I know cross-platform MMOs are all the rage these days, so even knowing this, Gran Saga might turn out to be a decent game, who knows? I know a lot of people are highly anticipating PSO2's brand New Genesis MMO, and why wouldn't you be? It looked pretty damn good from the initial trailer released for the game. Now, as we approach the full release of New Genesis, Sega actually opted to do a live stream showcasing all of the new features, all of the new mechanics that are going to be present, including the overhauled graphics and combat. There are new PvE encounters, bosses that you can find in each zone, new types of invasions, defense missions, your traditional ARX missions. You have new ways of exploring both on an X and Y axis, with terrain scaling now being a feature present within the game. The combat itself, including all of the classes, has been drastically overhauled. Players thought PSO2 had amazing combat. New Genesis aims to take that combat to an entirely new level. Add on to that the graphical overhaul, this actually looks and feels like a next generation title for the very first time. After over a year waiting to get my hands on this little gem, both Mrs. Six and I got given exclusive access to take the game for a test run. While we do have a dedicated video of the game already uploaded onto the channel, for those of you that are interested in seeing actual gameplay, it's worth noting that League of Maidens is almost here. According to the devs behind the game, it'll be available for players to test themselves next month in February 2021, with updates and fixes rolling out periodically in hopes of getting everything they need in order prior to the launch. Admittedly, I did have a lot of fun running around the city destroying enemies, and I hope that they have more planned for the game in terms of content and features moving forward, including their highly sought after multiplayer functionality. If you've been waiting for this game to come out, then you do not have much longer to wait. Go ahead and wishlist this game on Steam now. Honestly, at this point, I'm not really certain that we can even really refer to this as WoW Classic anymore, right? Considering the almost confirmed rumors going around concerning the Burning Crusades expansion, yes, it turns out we could be going back to the Outlands again, which means that my favorite expansion of all time, Wrath of the Lich King, is not too far behind either. If the leaks are to be believed, then the expansion will be rolling out at some point in May 2021. While Blizz have not confirmed anything as of this very moment, I'm sure you'll remember when they sent out a survey last year concerning not only WoW Classic's future, but also whether or not players wanted to play the Burning Crusade. So get ready everyone, we're going back in time. Well, actually, we already went back in time with WoW Classic. Now we're going like less back in time, like more forward from where we are now presently. But I mean, okay, you know what? This is never mind. Moving on. Alright, I wanted to clear up some confusion concerning Blue Protocol. I'm aware that if you Google Blue Protocol release date, you actually get a placeholder release date from MMORPG.com stating that it will be launching on December 31st, 2020. But the reality of it is that, as should be evident right now on the 2nd of January 2021, that is 100% false. I have had people repeatedly asking why the game is not available right now, and that is because, once again, MMORPG.com put that date as a placeholder without thinking of the effect that it would have on players. Bandai Namco never confirmed a 2020 release, especially not December 31st. What they have confirmed is that the game will be available to play in some form this year, 2021, in Japan, with other countries such as North America and Europe gaining access the following year. So yes, once again, to reiterate, to clarify here, and hopefully avoid further confusion, Blue Protocol will no doubt be available to play in 2021 in Japan, 2022 everywhere else. Any website other than one directly controlled and operated by Bandai Namco claiming otherwise is lying to you at this juncture. I am sorry that we have to wait another year to get it in our native language, but it is better than them doing what South Korea does and either releasing it in an incomplete form or releasing it 5 to 8 years after its release in its own region. Ashes of Creation released not only a new trailer featuring a large-scale raid boss battle with a group of players, but they also revealed new footage of the Mage class. I did a video covering all of this, and I'm happy to say that with over 400 comments, the vast majority of players mirror my general sentiment, and that is that not only the animations, but also the special effects and the character models need substantial improvement. Overall, the game looks pretty good, but floating into the air for every other ability only to come crashing down to the ground towards the end of your skill, especially without animation canceling, is going to be a nightmare. Now, do note the devs behind the game confirmed that they are planning on overhauling the combat and animations again for the fourth time, I think. So these animations and effects are not indicative of the final product that we'll receive. Once again, I reiterate for the White Knights out there, I am not criticizing the game, I'm merely leaving constructive feedback on a few different things that I personally feel needs improvement. We could all do with the Blade and Soul 2, right? Well, it turns out NCSoft is actually in the process of developing that very game. Unfortunately, however, it is not what we'd hope it'd be. Well, yes, this game is a full MMORPG that actually takes place after the events of the PC incarnation of Blade and Soul, and while they're completely overhauling the game, its graphics and its combat style, it is actually being made exclusively for mobile devices. Not cross-platform compatible, no. 100% only for mobile devices, much to the dismay of the community. I feel like this could work so well on PC, but South Korean developers and their obsession with milking players with predatory mobile practices has no shame. But for those of you interested, Blade and Soul 2 is actually coming out, perhaps globally, later this year in 2021. And that is it. That is all of the MMO related content that has been brought to my attention over the course of the last 2 weeks. If you guys know of anything that I missed, you can go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. You can message me over on Discord, over on Twitter, over on Facebook or Instagram, or anywhere you can contact me. Make sure you include a link to the article, and if applicable, I will go ahead and include it in the next weekly bite of MMORPG news video. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.